Hey, everybody. Well, a bit of a late start. We just got back from the Royal Rumble.
Went a little late.
Running a little late. And I'm wondering why. Okay. We just got back a little late. The Rumble went on a long time.
The 4-match Rumble.
The 4-match Rumble. And so we're just checking that we're technically good. Okay, we are good. We are good. So I'm here with LJ Ruiz. It's 1 a.m. Eastern time. We're coming to you from the beautiful conference room at the hotel I'm staying at in St. Petersburg, Florida. So let's just say and then we just walked back.
Yeah.
From
walk there, walk back.
Walk back Tropicana Field.
We have flights at
we have flight
3 hours.
We're both leaving to our respective cities in 3 hours. This is called this is called a junket.
This is called a business trip.
This is a business trip. This is called a business trip.
So it's not a vacation.
This is not a vacation. So we just got back from the Royal Rumble. Let's kind of break this down. It was for all intents and purposes, 4 matches. And so that you would think it, but I think it went a little long.
Yeah.
Because in the men's Royal Rumble, which we'll get into, it seemed like all the participants came out within record time.
Yeah.
Like it didn't do that. So Luis, you were sitting where?
The 100s.
In the 100s.
Down like the right field line.
But you were able to see the entire thing.
Most of it. There was a little camera blocking us, but we saw most of the matches.
Right.
We didn't see the entrances though. We were behind the screen, so we didn't get to see any of the entrances.
Right. And I was on the floor, so we were not seated together. And I was like 15, well, I think it was 13 rows over. But because I'm so incredibly short, it was very hard for me to see anything. And people were standing up the whole thing.
Yeah.
So it was really difficult. But that being said, let's kind of break this down before we all have to catch our flights.
Yeah.
So the Women's Royal Rumble. The Women's Royal Rumble, what did you think of that? Because they had more time.
I think that they, first of all, were the reason the whole show
was behind.
They went very long. And I think they did the full. The guy next to me was saying how he was actually timing the how long they took.
They were doing that. The guy, but yeah.
And the Women's Rumble, they're supposed to do 90 seconds, and they were going like almost 2 minutes in between entrance. So you think about that, 30 seconds each person.
Well, wait, I have a question for you. Is it supposed to be every 90 seconds somebody comes out?
From when they get in the ring, it's supposed to be 90 seconds from then. And
so we should be seeing a new person every 90 seconds.
Yeah, and the Women's Rumble was going like every 2 minutes, 15 seconds.
I was like, what is going on?
But other than that, I think that this was the best match of the night.
Can I just say something? I second you on that.
Yeah, it was a great. I thought it was awesome to start.
I thought it was the best match of the night.
I thought they did a good job in not having legends come back that don't mean anything. It was a lot of young people, young stars in there, and we saw some surprises that I was very surprised about. I mean, it kicked off with Naomi coming out at second, which I thought was crazy. I was shocked.
I can't believe she came back.
They gave her that entrance, which I thought was,
and that was a huge pop.
Yeah, no, huge.
People loved her. The girl next to me was like, Naomi.
Yeah,
like they were going crazy.
And I'm glad she's back. I think she's gonna be back fully. I'm assuming
without Mercedes.
Yeah. Which we definitely. I never thought we were getting, because I mean, she's going.
I had resigned myself to that, but we did get Jade Cargill.
Yeah, and we also got the TNA World Champion Jordan Grace, which I thought was crazy.
Which was crazy. People were like, because there was rumors about TNA and WWE, and I guess that was what they were doing.
And that's the person they wanted.
I thought that was great. I thought it was really setting up Jade and Bianca.
Yeah, they did
that was a great moment.
Their moment.
It was great.
Yeah,
because it sets it up.
I think that's the match at Mania, is them two. And Jade was, first of all, she got an amazing pop.
Jade
enormous pop, she looked great in the ring. She looked awesome.
This is the first time in a few years of watching Jade in AEW that I thought she looked fluid.
She looked awesome.
Great job.
Yeah.
And I love the Bianca and her thing.
And I think it was great to bring her in and showcase her, and then leave, and then not have her come fight until the Rumble. I thought that was a great way to bring her in.
It was great.
I'm hoping we see her now.
I think she's
on
in
TV.
now.
I wonder if she'll probably be on SmackDown, I'm assuming, because to fight with Bianca. But and then at 30 we get Liv, which I I was very happy about, but I think the crowd was a little upset that it wasn't Mercedes.
I had the crowd with me was all wanting Mercedes.
Yeah, and I felt bad because I think Liv hasn't been here in a while, and she deserves the pop at 30 that she deserves, and I don't think she got it. It was not too loud at all. I thought that she got a little overshadowed from the rumors of Mercedes being there, which she was never going to be.
I mean,
So
the only way this could have gone,
it's just shaking.
we have weird stuff going on, is Bayley
Yeah,
winning. It's the only person that has the story.
it made the most sense.
And it made no sense. I'm happy about
I'm
it.
glad about it. The only other person I thought was Liv because then I think because I personally what I was reading on Twitter and I think is gonna happen. I think she's gonna be the one to fight Rhea at WrestleMania because they used to be tag team partners
Live.
yeah, Liv. Um, I thought it was a great spot with the final four. I mean, with the final five and the last five being Liv, Bianca,
Bayley.
Bayley, Jade, and Becky. I thought that was a great
It
final
was a
five.
great final five. I really thought the match had a lot of little moments in it and then the whole Nia Jax thing was
The Nia Jax was good. She was
actually
great
good.
again, and I think that the final three, at the end, I really thought that Jade might win because I was like, all right, well, they might just give it to her now, but they didn't because she doesn't really need it.
So
And
the story's got to be moving on here. The whole split of the damage control.
well,
and
because now they're gonna assume she's going after Rhea because she won,
but it's
but then
EO.
she's gonna probably be like,
EO.
well, yeah, I'm going after her.
EO.
Yeah, which is what we're gonna see,
Which is what
most
we're gonna
likely,
see. It should be-
unless they scrap it and they want her to go after Rhea.
Yeah, I thought it was the best match of the night, and I kept going, wow, this is going on a long time.
Yeah, they went a while. They had Naomi in there for like the Iron Woman spot where she stands in there for a little while. She ends up getting thrown out.
And then we got Miss TNA,
And then we got Jordan Grace together with Naomi because that's who she lost to
which
in
was
TNA,
great.
which I thought was a great. I can't
And
believe they
did
even did
Tiffany
that.
Stratton come
And
to
then
do?
Tiffany
Right.
Stratton was 29, which I was very happy about because
Yeah.
I think she's
She'll
awesome.
be a big
She's gonna be
star.
great. She's gonna be awesome. So I thought that started off really well, and then we went downhill after
Yeah,
that.
and I want to just say I really agree with your big point. A lot of the people that I was sitting with that were journalists or whatever, they were all saying, "Oh, the Bella twins or this one or
Yeah.
this one." I thought the Bellas might come back,
Yeah.
but I'm glad it wasn't a bunch of
No, I thought
oldies.
they did great with bringing. They don't need but like we say all the time, the roster is so stacked. They don't need returns of people that don't matter. Like Naomi matters; she's gonna actually be there. We don't need returns of Michelle McCool. Michelle McCool's fought in every single Rumble. We don't need every single Rumble to
Michelle McCool.
So I thought they did a great job. The booking was great, and I think the deserved winner was Bayley.
I 100% think it was booked right, and I thought it was the best match of the night, and I enjoyed it, and it was well done.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, what threw me next was I had gone to the bathroom, and when I came back, Randy Orton's in the
Yeah,
ring.
I knew the
was
second match was Randy Orton. I saw it on Twitter, but
because I thought it was going to be Logan.
yeah,
I am so underwhelmed by that match. I can't tell you. First of all, it well,
I agree. I was that
mean
happy with it.
that was a really like for it to all of so how can Solo Sikoa just come out and
But it's every time
every
though.
time.
I just don't. I think it's dumb. Like we said, I mean, we'll get to it later when we talk about who won the men's rumble. But I think they're just running out of ideas with this Roman Reigns run. It's going way too long. It's every single match that Solo Sikoa comes in and costs
Interestingly
everybody
enough,
else.
when I was sitting with people, the crowd was like this.
No, we had really
There was no
the most excitement we had was Randy Orton, anything Randy Orton did.
but
Other than that,
it was like dead.
I wasn't
I
too
don't
happy
mean
with it.
dead. I mean they were like, yeah for LA Knight.
Yeah.
But honestly, it ended to me short. If that even ended like abruptly.
Well, what I was saying to my friends who we were with, I thought the beginning of the match was good. It was fast, and they started off really fast. People got their finishers in, whatever.
I'm moving this over a little bit because you're not in the shot.
And then we see Solo come out, stalls it a little bit, and then the match ended in like 5 minutes after that. Roman hit one spear on Styles, and it was over. So I just thought that was a little stupid, but
I just
we all
didn't
knew.
know.
My thing is that we all knew Roman was going to win, so it was like whatever. Let's just get this match
But
over with.
here's what threw me. I thought they were going to do this match, and then Randy, LA Knight, and AJ would all somehow be in the Rumble.
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
But they weren't even in it.
No, they weren't.
So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't even understand.
And once they announced Roman as the second match, I knew that nothing crazy was gonna happen with The Rock or anything because they wouldn't have had that second. If it was last, something big was gonna happen, but nothing did. And
Wait, why do you say that? I'm sorry. You're saying if
once Roman was announced as the second match, I knew we weren't gonna get anything crazy was gonna happen. We weren't gonna get any spots. We weren't gonna get The Rock to interfere. That wouldn't be second in the card. That was just more of a let's just get this match out of the way and let's move on to the
yeah, I thought
men's
it was
rumble
a
at the end.
really disappointing match.
And that's a disappointing feud in general. I'm just kind of tired of it. I don't really care for it.
Which
All the feuds that he's doing right now just feels filler until Mania.
Roman.
So yeah, Roman.
Yeah, it's all filler. Like every opponent feels
Yeah.
like filler. Yeah, I didn't love it at all. And then we had Logan and
Which
KO.
surprisingly, in my opinion, was not a bad match at all.
I actually liked the match
I was
because
able to
thought
I was able to come down
you
and
would come
watch it.
down. So all of a sudden, I'm like, this is me, everybody. I'm like, oh, I can't see anything of the back. And I was like, turn around, and you're there.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Somehow this one
I've been to enough sporting events to know how
he
it works.
literally knows how to work
Yeah.
everybody there. So somehow he shows up right where I'm sitting. And I'm like, how did you get in?
Yeah.
And you're like, I just walked in.
I just yeah, they didn't care.
They
So
didn't care.
I was like, let me just watch it during this match. I thought it was gonna be a snoozer, but it wasn't, and I actually enjoyed it. And I thought the match, me personally, I thought the ending was great. I thought that was an awesome spot.
So let's talk about that. The ending was that KO got caught with the brass knucks.
Yeah, after Logan tried to use
After
it.
Logan tried to use it. And who were all those people? Because I couldn't
Just
see.
his like fake goons, whatever. Yeah.
Goons. So but then it ended up being Austin Theory that gave him
That
the
gave him
knucks.
the knuckles, yeah. As he got
So
distracted.
they're saying online that it's going to be a group,
Yeah,
right?
it's Theory, Grayson Waller, and
Logan.
Yeah, just the jerks. That's basically what
jerk
they are.
group.
Yeah.
However, Logan is great.
I think he's great in the ring. He looked
great.
And we just saw recently, I don't know if you saw that he signed a full-time deal with WWE, so he's gonna be a full-timer now.
He did.
Today he signed a multi-year deal.
I've been so busy trying to stand up straight at my chair. I didn't know that. Really?
Yeah, today this morning he signed a full-time deal, so he's gonna be full-time for multi-year. They
Well,
said.
he's great.
And I think he deserves it.
I think he deserves it. And I thought his flying around the ring.
And
was
he's gonna hold that belt into WrestleMania and probably fight LA Knight, and that's what I think the feud is gonna be.
LA Knight and Logan. I thought it was better than the Roman match.
Yeah, I
like
sure. I thought it was good.
I did too. All right. Now we come to the men's Royal Rumble. So it starts off with Jimmy and Jey Uso. And
which I was very surprised about, but I loved.
So here's what I thought was going to happen. I thought that at some point in the Rumble, the two were going to actually join forces. And that was going to be a story to play on coming up, but they didn't do it.
No, they're gonna fight at Mania, and this is what it was setting up. They just need to tease it a little bit, and that's gonna be the match at Mania is Jey versus Jimmy.
You really think that?
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. Just like how they did Dom versus Ray last year. And then at 3, no, not 3. At 4, we get the return of Andrade, which got a huge pop.
Was great.
And I was surprised it came out at 4.
I can't believe he came in that early, and then he was out.
And then he got thrown out by Bronson Reed, which didn't really care for. And then so my big take, which we were just talking about, and I actually said it. I like to say I said it before I actually read it, but it got confirmed on Twitter that the whole Pat McAfee entered and then just left was actually Brock's replacement. Yeah. So that was Brock's spot in the Rumble, and you could even tell, especially because look who was standing in the ring. Omos. It was Omos and Braun Breaker.
That's right.
So that's who he was going to look at and, tease a feud with. Obviously, Lesnar's not here because of everything going on. So they just...
And you know why people,
right? So they just they had no one else, so they threw McAfee in there just to go in and go out.
Some of the spots I hated with R-Truth and McAfee. Like
I'm really not a fan of the R-Truth
I'm not
stuff.
The R-Truth stuff.
I like the R-Truth gimmicks on Raw, but I don't think it's funny, but it's a Rumble. It's supposed to be serious.
I thought that brought it down at a bottom barrel level, and I didn't like he did it in the girls too.
Yeah. I
just don't think it does anything.
And other than that, I thought the Rumble was stacked talent-wise. There wasn't really any like the Alpha Academy wasn't in it. Like they went with a lot of people that I thought were gonna do well. And you get Cody at 15, CM Punk at 27.
Drew
26, Drew at 28, and then you're like, oh my god, who's 30? And then it's Sami Zayn, and he didn't really get a pop.
No, and I was saying to people, it's going to be Sami.
Yeah,
because they're like, I said no, Sami hasn't come out.
Everybody was just too hyped up and thinking it was The Rock, and everybody was saying it was MJF this morning, and it just was never going to be. And it was just a little underwhelming because they were hyping it up. We didn't get any returns at all, though. Even like ones that even like a little Cena appearance, a Batista, something like that. We got nothing. But once Sammy came out, I was like, this is between Punk and Cody, and they had literally a full match at the end of the match, just like last year. We had our final four, which was
this was Gunther, McIntyre, and last year, what was it?
Cody, Drew, Gunther, and I forgot who the fourth one was. And the thing I loved about it was that the four that they've been playing up that wanted to win the Rumble were the four that were the final ones. And I thought it was smart. You don't need anybody else on the outside. It shows you how powerhouse these guys are. And the fact that they're all on Raw, which is crazy.
Which is the other thing.
Yeah, they're all on Raw. So you get Drew get thrown out first by Cody. And then you get Gunther thrown out also by Cody. And then we have Punk and Cody having a full-on match. And
by the way, which was very interesting. Before, I thought everybody was really hyped for CM, and then
which they were in the ring.
But then in the match, the crowd was really pro Cody.
They were just, I think they were just 50-50 on both. Yeah. That's just really what it felt like, because my side was all CM Punk, and
mine was all Cody.
When I was genuinely shocked when Cody threw him over, like I didn't even get up. Like the whole section.
Can I tell you what I thought was going to happen? This is the called finish.
Yeah.
I had them both going over the top rope at the same time.
Yeah.
So it'd been a tie.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't going to be clear.
Yeah.
And they would have to do a match or something.
Yeah.
I was shocked that it was
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that Punk, first of all, his first match back is a loss to Cody, and I just can't believe that Cody won again. It just
I can't believe Cody won again. I can't believe Punk would be okay with the loss.
That's what I said. I said be okay with it. But I mean,
maybe he's okay with it because
and I'll be honest, and we were talking about it. I mean, it could, I'm not saying it is, but it could be like, hey, WWE's like, hey, let's see if this guy can handle not being handed everything right away, just like he was in AEW, and let's see how he reacts to it.
Do you know what I thought during this? Look who are the two guys at the end were. The two AEW guys.
That they could have had this.
They could have had this.
They have the two guys that were screaming.
They have the two guys that are headlining WWE were in AEW.
Realistically, the only reason I was okay with it when I thought about it was that, like we said previously on our podcast, Cody physically cannot fight Roman and finish his story unless he won the Rumble, because he's on Raw. So he had to win. He really did. Or if Cody did not win yet today, The Rock was fighting Roman at WrestleMania. That's what was happening.
But does this now mean we're still not getting? You think The Rock's not happening?
Well, Cody's fighting Roman. That's just what's happening.
Right.
And what I was okay with is that at the end of the day, they're both on Raw. We're still getting Seth versus Punk at Mania. It's still happening.
Or Gunther.
But I don't think it's gonna be Gunther. I think it's gonna be Seth and Punk. That's just what it's gonna be. You have to have night one and night two.
So Punk could literally end up with the other championship.
What I think is gonna happen,
Cody get the other,
because Punk was always going for Seth. That's what it was.
Right.
Cody was always going for Roman, but Cody had to win to go after Roman, and he pointed at him after the match, and that's what we're gonna get. And I just think it's weird that we're getting this after you just bring The Rock back and tease this thing. So is that just gonna get thrown away again, just like he's been teasing for the last 5 years?
I don't know.
He's teasing it for next year.
I don't know if they're teasing it for the Netflix thing.
I don't know,
or it's still gonna come out somehow. But what did you think about Cody at the end talking to the audience?
I thought it was okay. I mean, I was walking out as he was doing it. I didn't really care.
Everybody, he was basically
after it went off
after it went off the air, he thanked everyone for showing up and got very teary-eyed because this was Dusty's place.
Mm-hmm.
But do you want to see Cody and Roman?
I do, because I was there last year in the environment of LA, and it was Cody versus Roman, and it was insane, and I wanted to see it again. But I'm not saying, I don't think it means we're guaranteed to have Cody win. I really don't. I can see them going with Roman for longer and losing again. I can see it. Because, this guy gets handed 2 times. This guy is in the same.
There's only
category.
4 other people, right? That have
4 total.
4 that run the.
He's now the 4th.
That have won it twice.
It's Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, and Hulk Hogan.
And now him.
And Cody. So Cody Rhodes is now in the same conversation with in history as those 3 people, which is insane to me.
Right.
It really is. I was shocked.
So I was shocked. I thought Punk might get it.
I was just shocked because Punk will I'm scared of what he's gonna do backstage. I know
it's like, is glass gonna
I hope he's okay with
is glass gonna be
obviously broken? He knew he was gonna lose. So I mean, I guess he was okay with it, and
I
At the end of the
wonder,
day, what I think is going to happen is they're going to have a number one contenders match in the Elimination Chamber for Seth's World Heavyweight Championship. And I think it's going to be Seth. I think it's going to be Punk,
Gunther and Punk.
Gunther, Drew, Jey Uso, and two other guys. That's what I think is going to be.
But I do not see Seth being able to hold the title because of his knee.
Well, he's going to hold it till he's going to fight.
I know he's going to fight at Mania,
Yeah.
but he might need to have more surgery after that, so they like lose.
Yeah, I think he's gonna. I think Punk is winning in the main event of night one. That's my prediction. Is Punk
So
Rollins night one.
all the belts go.
Yeah.
Everybody wins.
Yeah, that's what and I think Gunther's gonna get a program with.
Do you think
someone
Punk
else.
might turn bad now?
Well, I mean, if you see, I think we're gonna see it more on the TV when we watch it because he was talking a lot to the crowd
Which I couldn't hear.
But what I was reading online and whatever, he was very arrogant and playing the heel type in the match, and I think that's what we're gonna get. I think we're gonna get heel Punk, which we both want.
Which would be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, that's what we want. This
So maybe this loss turns him heel.
Yeah.
Because there's so many faces right now.
Yeah. I mean, think about the last four. You have Cody, Punk, Jay
Drew.
was there earlier, and then you had Drew and Gunther, but Gunther's basically a face. The crowd loves him. Like he's not even a heel. So
And people were rooting for Drew when I was sitting.
and I was shocked
Actually,
that Drew was the
Drew, I actually
first one to be
thought
thrown out.
it's
after that.
shocking to say this. I thought Drew was great, actually. In the
Yeah,
match.
no, he was great, and
I'm surprised he was that good.
yeah. But I've been reading that he has not signed a deal, and his deal
I
ends
heard that
after
too.
Mania, and I could see him leaving.
I could see him leading and then
Yeah.
going to AEW.
Yeah, I just think he's done with. I don't personally think the only reason I don't think it's a bad thing if he does leave is because I don't think there's anything left for him. Like he's not gonna win the championship anytime soon, and he already lost to Gunther like 5 times.
But this Roman Reigns thing is getting stale. They can't.
Well, that's why I think it's.
They
it's gonna
can't.
end.
They've got to. They can't just have Solo come out.
No. But he's
Why
not
couldn't
gonna,
he?
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
But
Well,
all in all, I thought it was an okay pay-per-view. I was excited. I was happy to be there. You know, it was fun to be there and count down and stuff. I just thought the Rumbles would be a little bit better.
I was excited to be there. It's been a long time since I've been in a Royal Rumble. The countdown thing was fun. But for some reason, when like the overall feeling was, I was like, okay.
I was just waiting for that extra
What was that
thing
extra
at the
thing
end,
at the
and it
end?
just kind of
It
felt like a
didn't
regular
happen.
pay-per-view. And
Yeah.
I was, okay with it because they went with Cody, and that's what they wanted. They wanted to give him his standing ovation at the end. And at the end of the day, it's good to see the company sticking with the guy that's been doing everything for them for the last 2 years, because they screwed Punk over 10 years ago, and they're not going to do it to Cody. So, I mean, I guess he does deserve it, and he's to cover the game, and now he's going to headline WrestleMania once again in Philadelphia against Roman
I
Reigns.
mean, I guess they know that he's their big money
yeah.
star, other than.
And if
Roman.
anyone's going to beat Roman and carry the company, it should be him.
Cody.
Yeah.
So where does Punk go?
I think he's going to fight night one against Rollins in the main event for the championship.
And then who would be the good guy? Seth?
I think it's going to be Seth.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with the injury.
Yeah.
That's my prediction. I think that those are the two main events that you should want.
I
as a
say
fan.
Bayley Io Sky is going to happen.
And then Rhea against
Becky.
My prediction is Liv or Becky.
I
one
think
of them.
Becky, and I think we're going to get Bianca and Jade.
And Jade.
Those are the women.
Yeah.
And then I think we're going to get, obviously, Cody Roman.
But
Seth.
you're going to see it's going to be very quick that we're going to see these feuds being for WrestleMania, because now we're only a few months out.
Now we have Perth, which is going to be a little disjointed.
We have 2 months till Mania.
Not going to Perth.
No.
So
the 2 elimination chamber matches are going to be Rhea, because she's Australian. That's going to happen.
she's going to be big.
She's going to be. I think they're going to main event the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then I think, like I said, what I've been reading is that they're going to have a number one contenders match, elimination chamber for Seth Rollins, since he can't fight at the chamber. They do a number one contenders match for Mania.
am really shocked. I'm trying to process everything, but I am shocked that they gave Cody 2 years in a row.
It was shocking, but I guess we should.
I guess we should have known
should
because
have
they were
known.
going to finish the story.
I guess we should have known. They were literally telling us the whole time. The
They're
game
gonna-
is called.
The
game is literally called.
We're going to finish the
The
story.
game, the WWE video game that just got announced is called "Finish the Story." So I mean, they weren't going to do that and not have them finish the story.
Is the game called that?
The slogan is called WWE 2K24. Finish your story. So I mean, it's pretty obvious.
We are so stupid.
We're just they're just handing it to us, and
we're
we're
just
not.
so stupid.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't even know. Did we even have any human beings here? I don't know. This is really interesting. Hold on. I don't know if anybody would even up. Oh, the Vince situation is horrible. Hello, guys.
We agree.
We agree. We agree. Classic random clips, man. We agree.
We've seen.
Hi,
I think we've
Ed.
seen you before.
Well, he's been here with us.
Yeah.
Now, Ed Reed, hello. Sorry, we are
In a time crunch
we're in
over
a
here,
we're in a time crunch. It's 1:30 in the morning.
and I haven't packed yet.
And we have to pack. So we all have to pack. Okay. So well, this was an experience.
B minus.
I'm going with a
See?
kind of I'm targeting B minus C, maybe B minus. I guess I was thinking this was gonna be like there's gonna be some big shocking moment.
Yeah. But I guess as fans, we can't assume.
But
So
we can't assume.
That's wrestling fans' problem.
We all make bigger things that are,
Yeah.
they're
When they
telling us.
when they don't even,
Well, this is how
when it's
dumb
not
they
even
are.
their fault
No,
because
God.
they don't even
They're basically
say
saying,
we're doing it.
they're basically saying we're finishing the story.
Yeah,
And we're
just
like,
letting you guys know.
what are we
Oh my
doing?
God, MJF is coming out. So that's our problem.
So
But
MJF is
no, he's going back to
He's
he's probably
AEW.
in AEW right now.
right.
Yeah. So
Okay. Well, I guess we got planes to catch.
yeah.
All right. Thanks, everybody. I guess we'll be
I
back.
think we should have a longer talk and a recap of the following Raw. So I think we should do on Tuesday.
Right, the night
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Like Tuesday, tomorrow
today's
Sunday.
Saturday.
We watch Raw on Monday, and then I think we get a long
On Tuesday.
long
Are
video on
you
Tuesday.
around on
Yeah,
Tuesday?
Tuesday I'll be back at school, so I'll be ready.
Okay.
Yeah.